Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and another recipe video. So for today's recipe I'm going to make a good old lasagna but with a Gemma twist to it. Now the Slim and Well lasagna is pretty much the same as this, but I'm adding a few more ingredients just to make it a bit nicer and a bit more to our taste. So you will need 500 grams of minced beef. I've got 750 grams here, so I will cut a bit of that off, or I might just chuck it all in and not worry about it. I've got some mushrooms. You're going to need half a punnet of mushrooms. Lasagna sheets, you're going to need 12 of them. A red pepper that I'm going to dice up. 2 eggs, some 50% less fat mature British cheddar. You can get the 30% one. They're both 40 grams for a healthy extra A, and this is going to serve 4, so we will need 160 grams of that, making it 4 healthy extra A choices. Some good old fry light. Let me move my coffee cup. We are going to need, did I say eggs? I think I said eggs. We're going to need 500 grams of fat-free natural yogurt. This isn't on the Slim and Well recipe. I'm going to add half of the onion and chive cottage cheese to my yogurt after, but I'll show you that when we get there. I've got 2 onions. I said the pepper. So the onions, the pepper and the mushrooms are all speed food. We're going to add in some Worcester sauce. We're going to need a tablespoon of that and a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I've got 2 beef oxo cubes that we're going to add in. Oh, passata with garlic. It says 400 grams. How much is in these? I think these are probably, oh yeah, they're 5. So we'll probably use all of that. A tablespoon of garlic. A tablespoon of mixed herbs. Tablespoon of oregano, just because we love oregano in this house. We're going to need a tablespoon of nutmeg, and finally some peeled plum tomatoes. So my first step, I've diced up my mushrooms. Next I'm going to dice up pepper. Now if you've got fussy children, you can make these as small as you like and they don't know nothing about the veggies going in. So into my fry lighted pan I've added my mushrooms, pepper and onion. I'm just going to cook these until they're soft before adding the mince. One great tip I've learnt from Katie Jane SW is that if it does start getting a bit dry, just add a little tidge of water rather than keep adding fry light, just to stop the veg from sticking. Just a little tiny bit at a time, because you don't want to make this too watery. And I've just spilt loads of it down the edge, but never mind, I'll clean that up in a second. So yeah, I'm just going to soften these off and then I'm going to add my mince. So my veg has softened and I've just added my mince in. I'm going to cook this through until it's like all brown, and then I will show you what to do next. So because I had a tin of plum tomatoes, I've literally just blitzed them up in my Breville. We are going to add this to the mince along with our passata and 2 beef oxo cubes. So in goes the tomatoes. Both of my beef oxo cubes have gone in. Next the passata's going in. So now I'm just going to add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I'm doing this by eye, but you can measure it out. I need to open the red wine vinegar first. That might help, mightn't it? Woo, that's about a tablespoon. And a tablespoon of Worcester sauce that I've splashed. Pasta that I've splashed the passata all over. I can't speak today, sorry guys. So a tablespoon of that as well. And now we're going to add our herbs into this as well. Really you should just do it to your own taste, but I'm adding a tablespoon of oregano, which I love, a tablespoon of mixed herbs, and where's my garlic? A tablespoon of garlic granules. And that is pretty much our spaghetti sauce, our lasagna meaty part done. So it's lovely and speedy. It's got so much flavour. It smells incredible. So I'm going to let this sit now because I need to go and pick Amelia up from school, and then I'll come back and make the second part. Not that it's going to affect you at all, but yeah, the next part will be to make the white sauce, and then we'll tower it up. So to make the white sauce, you're going to need 500 grams of fat-free natural yogurt in a bowl. Now, it's not to everyone's taste, I know, but I've got some onion and chive cottage cheese, and what I'm going to do is just blitz that up in my blender so there's no bits, but you can leave the bits in it if you like. I'm going to put half of this in there and blitz that up. Next step is to add your 2 eggs and your tablespoon of nutmeg. So then all you're going to do is just really mix that together, and that is your white sauce done. So what I've done is I've obviously mixed all the white sauce together, and I've just put it in a jug so it's easier for pouring on top when you're layering up your lasagna. So I've got my meat mixture and I've got my white sauce here. I don't need any more fry light. What I'm going to do is start layering up. Sorry, if you can see all the fry light, it kills your pans. I'm going to start layering it up. So the first layer I'm going to do as meat. You're just going to want to cover the bottom with a nice meaty layer, like so. And you could make this vegetarian friendly, just don't add the meat, or use like a corn mince to make it if you wanted to. But that's pretty much spread out. It smells so nice. And then you're just going to put a set of your lasagna sheets on. I probably will have to divert here for a minute, like so. And that's all you're going to do. Your next step is going to be your white sauce on top. This is where having the jug comes in handy, because you can just sort of pour it on and then spread it out with a spoon. So next step is another layer of the meat. And you're just going to want to keep spreading it all around. And what I'll do now is, because I cracked pasta down that side last time, I'll crack it down this side this time, just so everyone gets their even fair share of pasta. And we're going to do 2 layers of the meat, so I'm going to have some left over, but I will just keep that for like a bolognese or something. So another layer of pasta going on. Sorry, I am doing this like one-handed, so it might get a bit cray-cray up in here. White sauce. So as I say, we're doing 2 layers of each. I'm going to have quite a lot of white sauce left over, but we don't like masses of the white sauce anyway. I prefer it tomatoey. It's to your preference though. And then another layer of pasta. Do that there. I think I'm going to have enough meat to do one more layer of meat, and then we'll put the cheese on top of that. But you can layer it up however you choose to layer it up. It's your lasagna. I've probably done it wrong, so I'm going to spread all this out and put my cheese on top. So I've made an absolute mess, but I've grated 160 grams of cheese out and I've just spread it over the top of the lasagna. I tend to use the smallest part of the grater because I feel like it gives you a lot more cheese to spread out. I mean, it's the same, it weighs exactly the same amount, I know, but it looks more, and yeah. So that is the lasagna done. I'm going to put this in the oven now until it's all cooked and crispy and delicious, and I will show you guys once that's done. So this has been in the oven now for 40 minutes and it looks absolutely perfect. The cheese is nice and crispy. Oh, I can't wait to cut into it and show you what it looks like on the inside. So there's the portion plated up, and that is what it looks like inside. I'm trying to not get it too steamy for you guys, but it absolutely smells amazing. I'm going to serve this with some broccoli and some green beans. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you did. For more recipes, day in the lives, vlogs, and yeah, just general slimming world. Have a good day, everyone. Bye. Oh, I will just add that this is sin-free if you use your healthy extra A cheese allowance. Otherwise, it's 6 sins per 7.